In the next few minutes, we're going to look at one of the most expensive mistakes you can make in your career. It isn't a bad project or a missed deadline. It's a single number. This number will dictate your financial trajectory for years to come. Most people look at a salary offer as a one-year decision, but that number is an anchor that will shape your earnings for the next decade or more. Every raise, every bonus, and even your retirement contributions will be built on this foundation. The real cost isn't just the gap between what you accepted and what you wanted today. The real cost is the compounding effect. The difference between $70,000 and $80,000 today isn't just $10,000, it's a massive lifetime divergence. Hi, I'm Sophia. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the math and psychology of compensation. We're going to see how a $10,000 difference today becomes a $250,000 gap tomorrow. This isn't just theory, it's grounded in compensation research. We'll be using frameworks from Harvard, McKinsey, and Deloitte to understand why the formula is neutral, but the anchor is not. If you want to understand the true value of your negotiation and how to re-anchor your compensation, stay tuned. Let's start with the simple math. Two professionals, identical roles, identical skills. One accepts $70,000, the other negotiates for $80,000. A $10,000 difference seems manageable at first glance, but let's watch the clock. Both receive a standard 4% annual raise. On paper, it looks fair. Both are being rewarded with the same percentage of growth. However, the dollars tell a much more aggressive story of inequality. But percentages are relative to the baseline. For the $70,000 salary, a 4% raise is worth $2,800. That's your new baseline for next year. For the $80,000 salary, that same 4% is worth $3,200. Every single year, the gap widens by $400 just from the raise alone. You are literally being paid less to grow at the same rate. By year 5, the gap has grown from $10,000 to $12,000 per year. By year 10, the annual difference is over $14,000. The lines aren't parallel, they are diverging. Cumulatively, over those 10 years, the person who negotiated for $10,000 more has earned nearly $125,000 more in base salary alone. That's enough to buy a house in some markets, purely from one negotiation. This is why we say the same percentage leads to a different outcome. Your starting salary isn't just a paycheck, it's the multiplier for every future reward. It is the single most important variable in your wealth equation. But it goes deeper than base pay. Most corporate systems calculate everything, bonuses, retirement, and even severance, as a percentage of that base number. A low base ripples through your entire financial life. If your bonus is 10%, the $80,000 earner gets $8,000. The $70,000 earner gets $7,000. That's another $1,000 gap every year just in variable pay. Your retirement match follows the same logic. When you factor in 30 years of stock market compounding on that match difference, the gap becomes massive. We're talking about six-figure differences in your final nest egg. McKinsey research emphasizes that skill building is the engine of your career, but the baseline is the track you're running on. A low baseline makes it harder to ever catch up to your true market value. According to the Harvard program on negotiation, this is the power of anchoring. The first number mentioned in a negotiation often shapes the entire range of the discussion. If you don't anchor high, they will anchor low. If you accept the employer's first anchor without a counter, you've essentially agreed to a lower lifetime earnings trajectory from day one. You've accepted their version of your value. The formula is neutral, but the anchor is not. If you're already locked into a low anchor, don't panic. You need to create what we call a re-anchor event. This is a strategic move to reset the board. A re-anchor event isn't just a cost of living raise, it's a structural jump, often 10 to 20%, that resets your baseline to match current market data. It requires preparation and evidence. Why is it so hard to fix a bad salary later? It comes down to internal equity and salary bands. HR systems are designed for stability and consistency, not rapid correction for individual errors. Once you are inside the system, raises are often capped at a certain percentage by corporate policy. To get a 20% jump, you often need a promotion, a market reclassification, or a departure. Even when switching jobs, many recruiters will ask for your current salary. While this is becoming illegal in some regions, it still acts as a psychological floor. They want to know what it takes to buy you. If your current baseline is low, you might subconsciously anchor your expectations for the next role lower than you should. The bad decision follows you from company to company. Break the chain now. So how do you break the cycle? You need to shift from entitlement to evidence. Ground your negotiation in market data, not your previous pay. Your previous salary is irrelevant to your current value. Use resources from Mercer or Deloitte to understand the total rewards system. Base salary is only one piece of the puzzle. You need to look at the full package to see the true anchor. Cornell YLR defines compensation broadly. If the base salary is truly fixed by a budget cap, you must negotiate the other components to maintain your value. Think about equity, bonuses, and perks. A $10,000 sign-on bonus or a guaranteed performance bonus can help bridge the gap while you wait for the next re-anchor event. It keeps your total cash flow high while the base catches up. When you speak to HR, use neutral professional scripts. Mention market data early to set a high anchor before they have a chance to mention a low number. Control the narrative from the start. Ask about flexibility. Many salary bands have a wide range, and just by asking for a midpoint adjustment, you can often move your baseline significantly without needing extra approvals. Every time you look at a job offer, ask yourself, what does this salary become over 10 years? Don't let a one-day decision limit your 20-year potential. You are worth more than the first number they offer. Evidence beats entitlement every time. Re-anchor your compensation, negotiate the baseline, and respect the compounding effect of your own value. Your future self will thank you for the extra 10 minutes of negotiation. If you're ready to re-anchor your career, comment compound below. We'll send you our salary calculator and a recovery checklist to help you find your true market value. Don't forget to check out our next video on total reward strategy. Start compounding your value today. I'm Sophia, and I'll see you in the next one.